Hello everyone, welcome back to Immune Biology. Moving ahead with the next class. In this class, I have got some mnemonics from the same chapter, Biomolecules. This is part 2 of the Biomolecules mnemonics. There is also one more part 1. You should also watch that. Now in this also we are having some great mnemonics for you guys to remember the examples from Biomolecules chapter. The first mnemonics would help us remember the examples of aromatic amino acids. Now what are aromatic amino acids? These are the amino acids with a benzene like ring structure. Now in aromatic amino acids the examples are like this, and the mnemonic to remember the examples is PATTY. Patty you must all be knowing. It's a dish, it's a food that we eat called as patty. Now P represents phenylalanine, A represents aromatic amino acids, T is tryptophan, and TY is tyrosine. That means phenylalanine, tryptophan and tyrosine, all these three are aromatic amino acids, and these questions are frequently asked in exams, so remember them. Next mnemonic, it would help us to remember the examples of non-protein amino acids. Now what are non-protein amino acids? These are the amino acids which have got no role in formation of proteins. They never form proteins. Normally amino acids form proteins, but there are some amino acids which don't form proteins, and to remember their examples, just remember a single word called as Congo. What is Congo? It's an African nation, plus it's a short form of congratulations. So whatever the way you remember this word, you have to remember this word Congo. C represents citrulline, O is ornithine, N is non-protein amino acids, G is GABA. So citrulline, ornithine and GABA, these are three amino acids which never form proteins, so they are called as non-protein amino acids, and rest all of the amino acids, they form proteins. Next mnemonic would help us to remember the examples of homopolysaccharides. In the last video we discussed the mnemonic to remember the examples of heteropolysaccharides. Now to remember the examples of homopolysaccharide, just remember a single thing, disc GC. What we have to remember? Disc GC. Now disc, what is disc? Disc is such kind of structure as we know, compact disc. Disc GC. D would help us to remember dextrin, I for inulin, S for starch, C for cellulose, G for glycogen and C for chitin. So dextrin, inulin, starch, cellulose, glycogen and chitin, all these are examples of homopolysaccharides. Remember, chitin is a homopolysaccharide. Most of the students mark it incorrect. They think chitin is a heteropolysaccharide, but it's not like that. Chitin is a homopolysaccharide. Dextrin, inulin, starch, cellulose, glycogen and chitin, all of them are examples of homopolysaccharides. So better remember these examples. Moving ahead, I would discuss the chemical composition of cells. Now we all know cells have got proteins, they have got electrolytes, they have got lipids, but what is the percentage of all these biomolecules in the cells, and which one is maximum and which one is minimum? So we have to remember the sequence. The sequence is asked frequently in exams. So to remember this sequence, tell me which organelle is the most powerful organelle in a cell. Which organelle is the most powerful? Our answer would be nucleus. So to remember the chemical composition of cells, remember about nuclei, and that too a high power nuclei. A high power nuclei. Now H from high, P from power and NuClei, nuclei, high power nuclei. I hope you are getting my point. See this here. H from high, P from power, NuClei. This is the spelling of nuclei. So high power nuclei. Now as I will be moving from top to bottom, the percentage of these molecules would decrease. So the highest concentration we would be having H, and H means H2O, water. Then comes P for proteins, then Nu for nucleic acids, then C for carbohydrates, L for lipids, and Ei for electrolytes and ions. E for electrolytes and I for ions. So maximum in cells, the maximum concentration is of water, then comes proteins, then nucleic acids, then carbohydrates, then lipids, and the minimum are electrolytes. As you move from top to bottom, their concentration decreases. Now with this, just remember the percentage also. Water constitutes around 70 to 90% of cell, 10 to 15% proteins, 5 to 7% nucleic acids, 3% carbohydrates, 2% lipids, and around 1% electrolytes and ions. So this is the sequence in which you should remember this. Thanks a lot for watching us. Stay connected with us for such more such interesting videos. Thank you very much for watching us.